Alright, hello and welcome back to another part of the 5.3 preliminary notes, and now we're looking at the battle system changes. So, description of certain actions and statuses have been adjusted. The period of invulnerability after being revived will now be indicated by the transcendent status effect. So now you will know how many seconds you have of invulnerability if you don't act. You can move, but don't cast anything or hit anything, or else you'll lose that vulnerability right off the bat. The only difference here is now you know exactly how much time you'll have before you become vulnerable again. Players can now change the name of active sets in the Blue Magic spellbook. The option to rename sets have been added to the sub-command menu when saving or loading active sets. A new dungeon called the Heroes of the Gauntlet have been added. Players may enter this dungeon with trust NPCs. You'll have to be a level 80. Your average item level needs to be 460 or above. Party size 4 players and time limit is 90 minutes. So I'm sure at level 80 they don't have information on the specific location or NPC, but I assure you we'll probably bump into it as we do the new MSQ, so don't worry about it, you'll get it. Any experience point bonus will now be granted when completing dungeons for the first time. Bonus will not be granted for dungeons with level cap of 50, 60, 70, or 80. Huh? Okay. Attacks from the coin counter in Orenvale will now have action indicators. Oh. Well, they changed it a little bit. And to be fair, Orenvale was kind of like a really hard instance because the aggro was so tight. But let's just move on. Following changes have been made to the existing instance dungeons. Okay, so the treasure coffers, the items that you get from there, have been adjusted so they can make sure that you get actual relevant gear for the level for your character that's going through there. Furthermore, players will also always receive a weapon or piece of armor equipable by their current job upon completing one of these dungeons. So basically they went to the Realm Reborn dungeons and implemented the system that we had on the new dungeons, that at the end of each dungeon you always get a piece of gear for your class that you just went through. So there's a new trial, but still they haven't given us any information. As you can see, it still says here hidden and hidden, but you got the normal mode and you got the extreme mode, and the requirements is you have to complete the one main scenario quest and then talk to the minstrelling wanderer in the Christerium, 7.5 by 12.5 as level 80, and you will unlock the trial. The totems that you get from that trial after you complete it, you can talk to Fatard and Yulbor at 10.2 by 11.7. This is the picture of the new Unreal Raid, which is just Shiva elevated to our level. Let's see, she will have to be level 80, item level 430. The sync will be at 435, 8 players, 60 minutes. You will unlock it in Idleshire by talking to the Painfulish Guardian Man at 7.0 by 5.9 again. And you'll have to complete the Shadowbringers quest, plus keeping up with the Aliapus. The drop rate of the Shadowgiver Trumpet and the Minstrel's Ballad 80s Elegy have been increased. And Hades not only is a dragon with a much better chance of dropping, but now you can buy it by 99 tokens. So this will be the third dragon that can be bought with tokens. This change does not apply to the Blade of Golden Antiquity obtaining Eden's Verse Refulgent. Okay, the weekly restriction or rewards of Eden's Verse have been removed. All of them, but the blade. It will still take you 7 weeks to get the 7 blades to get the tome, but the gear is no longer weekly locked. The number of blades of golden antiquity, but they reduced the exchange quantity to get the perdurable tombstone from 7 to 4. So this is the Alliance Raid Dungeon. The Puppets Bunker, I'm sorry, has been added. So this is tier 2 of the near raids, 24-man raids. So we got a couple pictures here and a requirement. So you need to be level 80, 465 or above, 8 players or an Alliance 24, and you'll have 120 minutes. Need to be level 80 and have completed the Chronicles of New Era quest. We can rebuild her. Role requirements. You have to be 1 tank, 2 healers, and 5 DPS. Nothing new. It will be, you can receive only 1 reward item per week for completing the duties in the Puppets Bunker. So it's basically the same thing. You get 1 piece of gear per week, and then it will be locked out until the next week. The completion reward. Upon completing the Puppets Bunker, players can also earn a separate reward once per week: 2 cracked stellar clusters and 1 Puppets coin. The Puppets coin can be exchanged in Fatard and Yulmore, 10.2 by 11.7, for items used to enhance equipment purchased with elegant tombstones allegory. So this is the coin to buy the upgrades for your Crystarium gear. It is no longer locked behind the Savage mode. You can get it once a week, 1 coin once a week, by doing raid number 2 on the near story rates. Players will no longer be rewarded with cracked stellar clusters upon completing the copy factory. So the cracked stellar clusters will no longer be a thing after you complete the copy factory that has been shut down. As far as the items that are required to enhance equipment purchased with allegory, so Crystarium, they can be purchased from Xyle and the Crystarium at 9.4 by 9.5 with sacks of nuts, or Fatard and Yulmore 10.2 and 11.7 with manufactured coins and puppet coins. So not only the coin, but the sacks of nuts that you get from hunting, you can also use those to buy upgrades for your Crystarium. So if you guys haven't started hunting, now is a good time. Required items will be Puppets coins, which the new Alliance raid, the Puppets Bunker, manufactured coins. After acquiring items to enhance your equipment, either from Xyle or Fatard, Xyle will be the sacks of nut and Fatard will be the coin. You have to go to C, Touch, and Yulmore at 10.3 by 12.0 and exchange them for augmented gear of your choice. So you take the piece of gear plus the coin, and you go to She, and he will exchange it for an upgraded Crystarium gear. Now the following duties have been added to the raid finder. So the new Trial Extreme and the Unreal Trial have been added. Cinder Drift and Memoria Miseria are no longer high level duties, they are normal. So there will be they'll be on the normal list. Players will not receive the power of the Echo in event all party members are incapacitated during the following trials. So Cinder Drift and Cinder Drift plus Memoria Miseria Extreme will receive from a 5 all the way to 25% echo every time you wipe. So you start at 5%, you go all the way up to 25% of echo. That's 25% more damage, I believe, health and MP to these new raids. Now the duties within Duty Roulette Expert have been changed as follows. So now it will be Amnesis Enider and the Heroes Gauntlet as a Expert Roulette, and the Grand Cosmos is gonna drop from Expert to level 80 Roulette. The average item level to register for Duty Roulette Expert has been increased to 440, from 440 to 460. Now you need to be 460 to do the Expert Roulette. So Grand Cosmos, and Grand Cosmos goes into the 80, and their gear requirements will from 410 to 430. New duties have been added to the Mentor Roulette, Heroes Gauntlet, Puppets Bunker, and new raid. The new Extreme Raid will be part of the Mentor Roulette, which means their gear requirements have been increased from 455 to 465. And you'll have Stone, Sky, and Sea dummies as a new challenge. They added the new Extreme Trial will be one of the challenges in Stone, Sky, and Sea. So the Feast Season 16. Season 16 is beginning and Season 15 ending, obviously. Players finishing in bronze or higher can claim rewards by speaking with the Feast Quartermaster at the Wolf's Den Pier. You'll be at 49 by 57. On the front line, the preparation time now have been reduced to half, so we went from 90 seconds to 45 seconds. The rotation of available campaigns have been changed. Borderland, Ruins, Onsal Akar, Sea Rock, Onsal, Fields of Glory, and Onsal is now Borderland, Ruins, Sea Rock, Fields of Glory, and Onsal Akar. So instead of having a choice between these three plus Onsal, there's your clear choices: 1, 2, 3, or 4, which means you can get any of these instead of, you could get Onsal on all of them instead of just one. Okay, campaigns available on the daily frontline have been changed. Before you got Onsal, now you got Ruins, Sea Rock, Onsal, and Fields of Glory. So Rival Wings went through, so you got the preparation time now 45 seconds. Time limit was reduced to 15 minutes from 20. Time before delivery of gob crates have been changed from 12 to 10 minutes. Now it's, instead of 12 minutes, it's going to be every 10 minutes. There's adjustments made to the spin crusher, laser sword, and optical sight. So they made adjustments to the robots you could get, the mechs you could get, to the cruise chaser and the brute justice. Goblin mercenaries now deal more damage to mammoths, and the HP of gob tanks have been increased.